Hello and welcome to Tipsy VP episode 7th March 2019, a weekly show where we share tips and tricks on how to improve your social media. Tipsy VP is brought to you by Virtual Peddlers Marketing, the digital marketing agency that helps small businesses go digital. This week's weekly Tipsy. Yeah, I got it right. How Facebook scores your ads for lower cost. Everyone is advertising on Facebook right now, right? While it may seem very easy to do on the surface, it's actually a lot more complicated when we talk about its effectiveness. Setting ad budgets is more than just putting the money in and seeing leads appear on the other end of the production plant. It's usually a lot more complicated than that. Some ads are treated with more favoritism than others. Some ads cost less. Some ads cost less in more competitive keywords than others. Today, we look at the 3 key values that Facebook use to determine which ads are shown and which are not, and why some are more expensive than the other. Number 1, bid amount. So first and foremost, let's get that out of the picture first. It's all about money.
Yep.
If it's a competitive industry and the value per acquisition is high, you need to pay more money to play the game. It only makes sense. For example, if the profit per chewing gum is 50 cents, advertisers will not pay any more than 50 cents to attain one customer. Else they'll be losing money every time they got a customer.
Yep.
But if the profit per condominium sold is 20,000 ringgit, then it's a different game. People are able to play with so much more money they are so much more willing to pay so much more to get one customer back.
Correct.
So in order to play in the ads game, we have to be able to pay the minimum bid. If you are paying way lower than your competitors, chances are nobody will be able to see your ad.
Right, next, ad quality and relevance. These values are further broken down into smaller parts. First, ad accounts history. The better the performance of your previous ads and pixels, the better your future ads will perform. This is Facebook rewarding you for good conduct and knows that you are a good business.
So this means that if you have a good track history, Facebook will know, okay, these guys have been doing very well. They get good score and they are serious people. They know what they're doing. Chances are all their ads are good quality and people want to see their ads. So I will automatically give them a pass, like higher ranking, charge you lower for the ads.
Yep, so secondly is the negative feedback. If people flag your ads and by hiding it, Facebook treats it as a negative feedback and this will kind of remove cookie points from your ads quality.
Have you tried it before?
This one, removing ads?
Have you tried hiding someone's
Yes, God. Especially all those condominium ads.
Yeah, so sometimes we get so annoyed by ads that we just want to go like, you know what, I don't want to see this anymore. I just want to click that three button thing on the top right and hide the ad. Then they will ask you, why do you hide it? It's inappropriate. It's not what I want. It's annoying. It's spam or whatever.
Yeah. And you know what? Actually, after I do that a few times, no more property ads in my story anymore.
For a while, does it come back?
I think no, don't come.
It doesn't come back.
Now it's McDonald's.
Okay.
McDonald's, KFC, another kind of ads.
They will still always feed you ads. It's just that.
Yeah, it's another industry.
Yeah.
All right, next, relevance score. The relevance score is a collection of many things, including feedback, engagement, and action tied to each ad. The more you get on one or all of the 3, the higher your score. This score is given at the first 500 impression, and if early results are bad, the cost will end up going up later on. And if the relevance score starts off well but declines, it means people are no longer interested in your ads.
So this shows a lot, right? The relevance score is not a score you look at as a hit, as the source of how your ad is performing. It is the result of other parts that they capture and they tabulate everything and then they give you an overall score. A good score starts from 6 upwards. And this is where it gets interesting, right? A score will only be given after the first 500 impressions. Then it will give you the score. And after that, the score will continue to float. As the numbers keep going well, then your score gets higher, and then it drops once people lose interest in your ad,
Yep.
the reach is less, engagement is less, all of a sudden it starts dropping. So if you know that all of a sudden, if you see the trend going upwards and then a few days later, then it starts to go downwards, right? You know that nobody wants to see it anymore. And there will be times when it just flatlines into nothing.
It's like
By that time, you know it's time to change your ad visual, change your ad description, your content, run a different campaign altogether.
so. Are you saying that if let's say the relevance score is still high, it's best to just keep the ads there until
Keep the ads running
until it serves its purpose?
Yes, until it serves its purpose. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So it's not easy to get a relevance score of 8 and above. Usually you need some form of high engagement in order to get it.
Yes, correct.
So if you do have it, it's best to just keep it running and figure out what you have done right
Yep.
and duplicate it for the next one.
Correct.
Right. So the third one, the second one was ad quality and relevance. The third one is estimated action rates. This measures how likely a person will take an action on your ads. The more people click on the CTA, the higher your score. In order to do this, Facebook actually serves their ads more to people who will take that specific action. So which means that Facebook knows a set of people in your target audience who actually engage more with their posts than someone else. Like for example, I don't engage with my posts and you may, right? So the chances of Facebook showing ads to you will be more than showing the ads to me.
Correct. Yeah.
Because Facebook is interested in going the fastest way to reaching out to the end point, which is you doing something with the ad, which has a higher chance with you than with me. So it's actually a way to increase the result that the chance of result that you want as an advertiser, which is the click, which is the call to action itself. But the problem is, if click farms always click to message, Facebook will automatically serve more message ads their way in order to increase your success rate. This is why sometimes you get a lot of spammy response and spammy messages.
Hi, and then who are you? In some Bangladesh.
Yes, yeah, because your call to action is, let's say, messages, and Facebook is interested in getting you the messages, and Facebook knows there is a group out there who is very active in messaging, so therefore Facebook will push you over to their side.
Correct. Yeah.
When this happens, you need to work on your exclusion targeting for your advertisement,
Be more-
which
be
we
more- exclude it more lah.
yeah, so you exclude the people who you see are coming and you don't like. Let's say where they're from, what they do, what kind of people are there. So you exclude based on these things, and then you will be able to see those numbers reducing.
Yeah, because you know that a group of people is not what you want.
Yep.
Next, how to create good ads. If you are reading tips and creating ads that have certain types of image and call to action, like click now to find out more, your source is outdated. Today, Facebook only gives attention to ads that feels native to the audience. Native here means that it looks and feel like a generated content rather than an outright ad. So the more you give to your community in ad form, the higher your scoring.
So this says that this is new. I read this from some new sources from Tier 11, which is another ad agency from the US. They say that now Facebook scores very highly for advertisements that are actually community content rather than advertisements that look like ads, like a big picture, a very nice picture of a product with all the captions everywhere, and then they say buy now, DM now first for this. Those things don't work anymore
In the US or in Malaysia?
in the world, because
Okay.
Facebook changed the algorithm, and right now it's so difficult to get those going, and we can still get away with advertisement, like very hard sell advertisement here in Malaysia, because the alternative is not much in Malaysia, because everybody in Malaysia still thinks that if I want to run an ad, I have to actually sell something.
Yeah, correct.
I cannot run an ad by giving people free stuff. That's not how Malaysians do it. So because of that, there is not enough of option A for Facebook to use in comparison to option B. So option B still works. But if marketers start to figure this thing out and start to create more native content that Facebook actually wants, the hard selling kind of content will get pushed lower and lower down the tier,
All right.
and will not be able to get a good reach and a good
I see. So moving forward, all the CTA you don't even need anymore. You just need a question.
You still do need a CTA, but it needs to be more creatively done in a form of asking a proper question like, won't you want this? Do you think that this is good for you? Or, rather than click now to find out more, PM us for details.
DM, the usual one.
Yeah, DM the usual. So this is the tips, right? On how Facebook scores your ads for lower cost. The reason why we do this is because we want to help you to increase your efficiency and effectiveness of your ads and increase the reach of your ads with as low cost as possible. So in order to do that, we need to figure out what Facebook use as scoring. Number one, bid amount. Number two, ad quality and relevance.
Correct.
In which there are three subtopics, which is ad account history. The better you perform in the past, the better you will perform in the future. All negative feedbacks are bad for you, so try to avoid it as much as possible. And relevant score. The more feedback, engagement, and actions tied to each ad you get, the better you score. And estimated action rates. The more action you get, the better you score. And we also talked very briefly about how to create good ads, focusing on the content and community rather than selling to someone.
Yeah, true. All right.
So this is that's all for Tipsy VP episode 7 March 2019. Tipsy VP podcast is a part of Social Media Weekly and is available on Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. Our full videos are available on YouTube, and we post bits and clips on Instagram and Facebook. That's all for Tipsy VP episode 7 March 2019. My name is Sean.
I'm JK.
Au revoir.
Sayonara.